Here's some other European missionaries that colonized Africa, especially East Africa. Henry Morton Stanley was a Welsh-American missionary who played a key role in the scramble of Africa. Before Stanley's famous expedition to find David Livingstone, Stanley was sent to Ethiopia by the New York Herald to cover the British military expedition to Abyssinia in 1867 to 1868. And Stanley's report on the Battle of Magdala was the first to be published. Later, the New York Herald also hired Stanley to find David Livingstone, who he found in 1871.
You are probably wondering why I came here.
Yes, I thought at first you were a French explorer, but then I saw the American flag, and I was really rather glad because I don't speak a word of French. But I suppose, like all other white men in these parts, you're looking for the source of the Nile, huh?
No, I came here looking for you.
Oh, was I lost?
Have you ever heard of the New York Herald?
Oh, who hasn't heard of that newspaper?
Well, the Herald has sent me to find you, to bring you help, and to return with news, and yourself, if you will so desire.
Stanley was strongly influenced by David Livingstone's ideas on Africa in his missionary works. The source of the Nile was so important to Europeans in the 1800s because the Nile has been a long-standing mystery and the Europeans were driven to uncover the unknown. And David Livingstone pursued this journey until his death in Africa. After these events, King Leopold II assigned Stanley as his agent to establish the European control over the Congo River in 1879 to 1884. 2 years later, Stanley accepted an offer to rescue Emin Pasha. Emin Pasha was the governor of the Equatorial Sudan at the time, who also worked on establishing colonizing schemes to colonize East Africa, as he joined the service of the East African Company.
The British government decided to abandon its interests in Sudan. Emin Pasha, the German governor of the province of Equatoria in southern Sudan, continued to hold out against the Mahdi and pleaded for support from Britain. Henry Morton Stanley accepted an offer from the Scottish businessman William Mackinnon to lead an expedition for the relief of Emin Pasha, and as Stanley was still employed by Leopold, the Belgian king saw an opportunity to incorporate Equatoria into the Free State. Stanley arrived at the mouth of the Congo in March 1887, but by the time he joined up with Emin Pasha the following April, what remained of his rescue mission was in a worse state than the man he was supposed to be rescuing. Emin refused Leopold's offer to remain in Equatoria and join the Free State, and after his evacuation, he instead chose to work on German schemes for the colonization of East Africa.
These missionaries were taught to create colonial schemes to manipulate Africans to fall for their plan. The plan to explore and map out Africa to take control over their territories. This allowed them to expand their empires with the insight on how to travel throughout Africa, to uncover traveling points of the continent that have rich minerals and rich information.